Yes. Um, and he said in verse 5, who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Oh, mhm. Now, this Saul, yes, he had a big problem. He did not want Christianity to be a part of that society. Yes. Now, I would say, yes, this whole idea of just killing off the disciples of Jesus Christ, yeah, not a good idea. Oh. Now, you've been spending years yelling at each other about how you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And I don't understand the way. I think I do understand it. See, as long as you pay, you do what they say. And as long as you come the money, you have to do what they say. Yes. But this happens to be the persecution of actual Christians. Oh, those that don't want to go the way. Now, let's say I do use the European Court of Justice for those that are sworn oaths that refuse to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And then I do use the European Court of Humanitarian Rights, yes, for those that are mandatory reporters that refuse to acknowledge the persecution of Christians. Now, I happen to be a Christian, yeah, and I'm not yelling and screaming at you today, though I have. Contempt of cop is not a crime. Yeah. But when you make up fraudulent crimes, yes, where I wasn't in Brennan, yes, and I wasn't cyber stalking, where I sent 2,500,600,000 emails, yeah, and you sat there every day and said, no, we're going to get him. We're going to put him in a mental institution and say that he's delusional, persecutory, as in, I believe that you're persecuting me because I don't want to go the way. Poop. I don't want to sew myself in. Yes, I don't want to come to find out. I do not want to participate in your economy known as the senior economy. Yes, where you're the oldest family member, big dog. Yes. And the thought is, you just do what I say because I'm the senior. Now, I happen to know some of these seniors. Yes. And I'm not talking senior center. I know old people that think that because they're the oldest living person, yeah, that I should do what they say. And my experience has been that your intelligence, let's say you were really a B student, yes, and high school. And the maturing of your mind somehow got stopped because every time you came to find out, you came your brains. Well, the truth is, your maturity level as a 70, 80, 90-year old, yes, is probably a 14 to 15-year old. Now, when you use the nerve endings of those that are teenagers to freshen yourselves up, yes, he does. The truth is, your mind is really a teenage mind because of the nerve endings that you were using. Yes. Now, for all of those in their 80s that said, well, my sexual nerve endings are old. Yes, just because you're old does not mean that you know what I should be doing as an American citizen. See, you're stupid. You know why you're stupid? Yeah. You use the sexual nerve endings of teenagers that did not have matured adult male and female brains. Oh, the dog family's way is to be stupid. Now, my way is I use international courts of law, yes, to have you prosecuted, yes, for the persecution of myself. Because what was your intention and all of this come to find out? Yes, it had to be a young chickie, had to be large breast, poo. Now, for all of you that thought, well, I'm going to have the maturity level of a 16-year-old, yes, because that's the nerve endings that I was using to make the decisions, right? My thought is, I'm going to have the maturity level of a 48-year-old man, yes, that never came to find out poop because I would not participate in your way. Now, this international courts of law, yes. Why don't we look at this delusion that I supposedly have? Yes. Or you would say it's not a forgery of the ex officio superior court clerk? You would say that's not the actual forgery of Heidi Lee Budner. Ouch. You would say that you can do anything you want as long as you have the maturity of a teenager. Yes, because that's the nerve endings you were using the last time you came to find out. Now, I happen to know a little bit about teenagers. Yes, they are not the most mature adults because they are not adults. Now, I'm going to want to use that European Human Rights Court. Yes, because the persecution right now does violate international treaties. Then get me the Council of Europe. Ooh, the legislation in the Council of Europe. Yes. And then there are those covenants with the European Union. Yes, get me all the employees of the European Union, all of them that have any knowledge, yes, of your come to find out way, of your senior system, where every Indian, every individual that happens to be the oldest seniors really has a maturity of a 13-year-old. Now, maybe it's time for you to stop acting like you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay?